Cowboys in L.A. taking on the Rams. Here we go, Brandon.
Brutal.
Boys down 3. Dak finds Michael Gallup down the sideline, 3rd and 10. Get him into field goal range, but hang on. Wait 1 second. A flag is thrown on the play for offensive pass interference. Gallup flagged for contact with Jalen Ramsey, and that was it for the Cowboys. Rams win it 20-17, spoiling Mike McCarthy's debut, spoiling Dak's season opener, well, you get how spoiling works. Here's the head coach on that costly pass interference call.
You know, I really didn't see a replay of it. Just watching it live, it looked like two guys hand fighting. I thought it was well executed. I was surprised there was a call there either way. So very obviously disappointed in the call, particularly at that point in the game. I thought they let both teams play tonight, and you just don't usually see that, particularly at a critical point in the game. So I have not seen a replay, so that's about as much as I can comment on it.
It was clear as day. If they wouldn't have called that, then I would have been highly upset. So yeah, that was clear as day, in my opinion. I don't know what y'all saw, but that's what I saw and felt out there.
All right, there's a lot to get to in this one. Let's start with that offensive PI. Brandon, you've been moaning and groaning through these highlights. Did you think it was a call or not? What'd you make of it?
I'll say this. By the letter of the law, this was the right call. But this is the call that frustrates wide receivers and quarterbacks around the globe, all right? Because when you look at it, who's the first to really engage in hand combat down the sideline?
Jalen.
It's usually the DB. Yeah, of course.
Yep.
So what are you, Mr. Referee, what do you want me to do? Jalen has my arm. How do I get my arm away? We're taught not to be violent with the shove and not to be violent with the separation. This kid, Gallup, did exactly what he was supposed to do. Now, I will say this. Nick, let me ask you this question. Where was the game played?
Yeah. The game was played in Los Angeles.
It was in L.A., right?
Yep.
L.A., Hollywood. Do you know that, fun fact, Jalen Ramsey, his acting coach, Barry Nash, did a phenomenal job with him. The best thing about this play was Jalen Ramsey's acting job. He acted like he was being shoved to the sideline.
Yep.
That was the best part about it. That's why he got this call. It reminds me of the basketball players flopping. This was a bad call, but we need to really look at the letter of the law if we want to see this call change moving forward.
All right, Brandon, so a couple things. I know what Jalen Ramsey's been doing when he's not been at practice. He's been watching the crosstown basketball team, the LA Clippers, because that looked like Patrick Beverly out there. Like, oh, the slightest of contact, and you flail backwards like you've been shot by someone in the crowd. But so listen, I don't think that was a good call, but I also don't think it was a horrific call. We saw the exact same call made on George Kittle in the Super Bowl. Remember? Into the first half, Jimmy G's best throw of the whole game to put the Niners in field goal range at least. He gets called for OPI. And with so many of the rules favoring the offense over the defense, I'm not gonna freak out about this. So like I understand why if you're a Cowboys fan, you're frustrated. But you should channel that frustration that you are directing towards the referees and turn your focus to not only Mike McCarthy, but that barn he spent a year grinding tape in. Because I want to know what tape he was grinding that tells him, hey, 3rd and 6 in the red zone, down 3. This is the time for the halfback draw. The hell you doing, man? I didn't actually mind going for it on 4th down, but you want to give yourself 2 chances to get a first down. He gave himself 0 chances. You run the halfback draw on 3rd down, and then Dak throws short of the sticks. How do you throw short of the sticks on 4th and 3? And then to compound it, Brandon, when they force the stop on 3rd and short to get one last chance, there's about 3:15 left in the game. He keeps that timeout in his pocket, knowing the Rams are going to run the full play clock down, and then never uses it. They could have had the ball with 3:10 or thereabouts left, plenty of time. Instead, he keeps the timeout, doesn't use the timeout after Dak gets sacked, doesn't use the timeout after Dak's scramble, doesn't use the timeout after Zeke's run. The hell you doing, man? Like, this was a very inglorious debut, Brandon, for Mike McCarthy from a schematic and coaching perspective. That was to me more brutal than the OPI for the Cowboys.
This is what you want in a football game, especially opening up the season. You're on the road. You're in a hostile environment. I know there's no fans, but you're on the road. This is exactly the position you want to be in the fourth quarter. Yep. We know when we take the field, it comes down to a handful of plays, okay? So that fourth down that he went for, that was critical. That just shows that this was bad situational football. This was bad coaching in this moment. First of all, it's third down. You know that you have a shot. Third down, you're supposed to take a shot in the end zone. All right, you go to your quarterback and you tell your quarterback, look, if we don't get the touchdown, we got the field goal. We tie it up. We're on the road. We'll go win it in overtime. What does he do on third down? You said it right. He runs a draw. That's bad. What he's supposed to do is go to his quarterback, like I said, and tell him, look, you throw it in the corner of the end zone. Either your guy has it or no guy has it. Because we can't afford a turnover right now. That was bad situational football, and that falls on coach. We can talk about his traditional offense with a few little wrinkles. We're pretty much seeing the same Green Bay offense, and it's disturbing a little bit. But if we're asking a coach to do the same thing, then we need Dak to step up and do something different. What does that mean? If I'm Dak Prescott, all right, I'm not sitting in a pocket and I'm not playing traditional quarterback play. What I'm doing is I'm looking at Russell Wilson and I'm saying, all right, how does Russell Wilson play this game? And that's what you have to do. Dak Prescott is so dynamic. He has some of the best wills in football. He needs to impose his will on the game when he takes off and runs and breaks the pocket. We're not seeing that. Let's look at the first 4 years of Russell Wilson and compare it to Dak. And I'm really looking at the last two lines, rush attempts and rush yards. Russell Wilson has almost more than 1,000 yards rushing than Dak Prescott. Why is that? Look at what Russell Wilson does when he breaks the pocket and he takes off.